evening, boys and girls. I'm just getting a little time here to want to speak with you about something that's really, really weird. It's not going to school. For the last week or so, I've been at home with my mom and dad, and I was a little confused about all of this. So I reached out to two really good friends, Forrester and Ranger Felipe. And I was telling them about some of the things that were bothering me. One, why can't I go to school? I love being at school. I love to be there because I can play, do crafts, have gym. I love basketball and I love football. And one other thing I'm okay at is baseball. But the baseball isn't even playing right now. So I'm kind of confused. I was talking to them about that and asking them, what's going on? I miss that. And I miss being in concessions. Sunday school is a lot of fun. We get together, we get to see some really wonderful stories, snack, crafts, and praise singing. Okay, I can't sing really good, but in talking to them, they were talking to me and trying to encourage me because I want to be somebody helpful to my mom and dad. And they also seem stressed out. Now, I don't know what that means, but that's what Mom says. Dad, you're a little too stressed out. So, they were trying to what's that big word? Encourage me. So, I'm going to ask that Ranger Felipe tell you the same story he told me. It was about Jesus. Jesus in a boat and in a really, really, really big storm. Big waves, lightning and thunder, blowing wind. All that kind of really cool stuff. But when it was all said and done, I oddly felt better. So let me ask Ranger Felipe to share with you, okay? All right, hold on a second.
Well, good afternoon, boys and girls. The other day, Forrester reached out to me and we were talking to and with Dennis. Dennis right now is a little confused at what's going on. And as a young man, it's kind of hard to understand what makes people worried. I know these are really big words and sometimes they may be discouraging words, but they're real feelings. And he was asking about why he can't go to school and why he can't go to Kids Parkway, which are really big things for Forrester and as well as myself and my buddy Dennis. And he's telling me that he misses class, he misses the activities, he misses his friends. He was really excited about baseball. I don't know why he thinks he's good at baseball. I just don't see him being able to do the things he says he does, but that's confidence. And in speaking to Dennis, I was trying to think of something inside God's Word which could be used to be encouraging. So I started telling him a little bit about God's Word and a particular set of circumstances or events that might help Dennis understand. And it's not a story, because in the Bible is really history. And Jesus may have taught parables, which are stories that were relevant when he was alive and in those times in Israel. But I was sharing with him and Forrester about Jesus getting in the boat after teaching all day and decided, hey, we're going to go to the other side of the lake. And during that time, as they went out, what ended up happening is a storm started to rage all around them. And that was like the situation that I was trying to get Dennis to understand, that in this day and time, it's kind of like a storm. And when that storm was raging, there was a lot of wind, there was a lot of thunder and lightning, the waves were really high, and I could tell Dennis was enjoying that part because I could see his mind just working, and I'm sure in his own head he had these flashes of lightning and everything going on. But what was unique about it is that Jesus himself was not worried about the storm. As a matter of fact, he was over there at the backside of the boat taking a nap. He was out. He was asleep. But everyone else was worried and concerned. And that's what I was trying to get Dennis to focus in. Though we might be concerned about everything that's going around or going on, not being able to go to Kids Parkway, not being able to go to the school, not to even be able to hang out with anyone else other than our own family. And that was one real interesting point I have to admit I liked about what Dennis was sharing, is that he wanted to be an encourager. He wanted to be a smile for Mom and Dad, not somebody that was, worried or difficult or whatever. But he wanted to help Mom and Dad feel good and smile. And going back to the events, or what I was sharing with Forrester and Dennis about, I told them that the disciples went over there and woke Jesus. They literally, hey, Lord, don't you care what's going on? He gets up and he looks at them. I'm sure he probably may have even had an expression of shaking his head or kind of frustrated, like, hey guys, what are you worried about? I'm here with you. I love you. I'll take care of you. So he looks all around and sees the storm and speaks 3 simple words: peace, be still. And at that moment, everything ceased to be upside down. No more storm. And then when he did that, the disciples, most assuredly were really surprised at what had just happened. And then he turned around and looked at his disciples and said, why? Why were you so worried? Where is your faith? And that's really the message I wanted to drive home to Dennis. Hey, why are you so concerned about this or that, not being able to do this or that, but to have faith? And that's what Dennis wanted to do even before I started sharing that with him, is he wanted to be an encourager to Mom and Dad. And I shared that with him. Though things might be difficult, things might be different, remember, the Lord is right there. And if the Lord isn't awake and he's just sleeping, well, we need to find the peace that Jesus spoke. Peace, be still. Have faith. Trust this is all in God's hands, and he will do a wonderful work. I could tell at the end of it, Dennis was a little calmer and kind of had a silly Dennis smile and says, I'm going to try to be happier for Mom and Dad. I want them to know that I trust Jesus. And boys and girls, I want to share that same thought with you. If you want an activity, watch what we're sending out to you. I know we are recording our lessons and making them available to you so that we can still celebrate and think about you and teach you what the Lord wants us to share with you. So, boys and girls, in wrapping this up, don't be concerned. Why are you worried? Where is your faith? Jesus is there, and he's there with us, and he's asking us to remember and have peace and joy in our hearts. Well, thank you for listening, and know that, yes, you are blessed. Good night.